You did your degree, 5 to 6 long years of deep dive into a particular segment of healthcare. You have passed through enormous stress, but at the same time, you have the best understanding of human physiology. You have the best understanding of disease biology. But what are you told to do? After MBBS, become a junior doctor, wait for the next patient, or go for a specialization. After specialization, go for a super-specialization. Only then your value increases. What if I tell you that your value can increase right away? What if I tell you that you can enter so many cross-domain functions where others are struggling, but for you it will be a piece of cake. It's like, a batsman who could have been a great batsman is struggling with becoming a footballer, but actually he can be a very good batsman, right? So you got into MBBS, that was not a mistake or an accident. That was a God's plan, or of course your plan to do something great and create an impact in the society. But what if I tell you that instead of waiting for the next patient, you could get into these roles in these organizations which will impact billions of people, not just millions, billions. 150 crore Indians wait for you. But how can you play a master stroke that you can get in and help everyone? Well, that is where research and development comes into picture. How many times you have told your patient, or you must have heard doctors saying that there's no treatment for this disease. I'm sorry, I want to change that. I want you to change that. And that is why today's video. Today, I'm here to tell you that top 10 government institutions which are doing R&D and they're funding massively. They're giving crores to MBBS candidates to do research. Now, what are those? The first one you already know, ICMR. Yes, ICMR hires MBBS graduates, gives them grants and funding, and hires them as a scientist B and C medical positions. They hire you as a clinical research officer, as a program officer for epidemiology, NCD, and infectious diseases. They hire you as research medical officers in ICMR institutes such as NIE, NIRRH, NCDIR. Now, you could be doing research on clinical trials, epidemiology, vaccines, public health, infectious diseases, and nutrition and genomics. Now, apart from that, no matter from where you have done your MBBS, you can easily get into the second institute, which was always your dream as a research scientist, and that is AIIMS Delhi. Yes, you heard me right. AIIMS is always hiring for research. Medical graduates who can get in as a GRF medical, SRF medical. You can even do your PhD there. You can become a research associate. You can become a clinical scientist in departments like oncology, cardiology, neurology, and pharmacology. You can even teach there as well as do your research. And you can do research on translational medicine. You can do research on how to convert a research into a real medicine. Many of the people who do research and then leave it there, how do you transform our research into a medicine next to the patient? That is where you come into picture. So that's the second one. The third one is CSIR labs, 300 plus labs in the entire country. CSIR CDRI, CSIR IGIB, CSIR IICT, CSIR CCMB. These are the organizations which is constantly hiring for medical candidates. And they hire you for scientist positions in drug discovery, scientist position in clinical safety evaluations, translational biology programs. You can work in toxicology, molecular medicine, nuclear medicine, genomics, and whatnot in CSI labs. The fourth one we have is NIMHANS. Of course, mental health is of prime importance in today's world. You can work as a clinical research fellow. You can work as a junior research officer. Scientific positions in research, neurology, neuropharmacology, and brain mapping, brain-computer interface is available in NIMHANS. Now, the fifth one is THSTI Faridabad, Translational Health Science and Technology Institute. They have amazing roles for all of you. You'll be proud to associate with them if you want to work as a clinical research scientist, medical officer for trials, and physician scientist in vaccine and maternal health, child health programs. You could also go to the sixth organization, which is National Institute of Epidemiology, NIE, which is an ICMR funded institute, as a project scientist, as a medical officer, as an epidemiologist. You could be doing disease surveillance, you could be doing outbreak investigations, you could be doing vaccine effectiveness analysis. Now, apart from that, the seventh one, NCDC, New Delhi, National Center for Disease Control, COVID-19. How did it spread? Understanding it, studying it. Do you think we have cracked the spread of COVID? No, we have not. So NCDC and many such organizations are still studying it. As an epidemiologist, as a public health specialist, as a research officer in disease control, you can be working here. Now, let me tell you the power of MBBS who converts himself into an epidemiologist. You could be a part of the Prime Minister's One Health program. You could be an advisor to the Prime Minister in the future if you get into NCDC and various such organizations. Imagine a doctor who never did a super specialization but is actually advising the Prime Minister. That's possible. Now, the eighth one, which played a pivotal role in COVID, was National Institute of Virology. You can become a scientist there. Amazing understanding of human physiology. You can club it with your virology knowledge, and then you can become a scientist B and C. You can become a clinical research associate there. You can become an outbreak response team member, ORT member, right? So sudden outbreak of COVID and any such epidemiological outbreaks which we keep seeing across the country. Sometimes it is H1N1, sometimes it is Ebola, sometimes it is COVID, sometimes it is some other disease. You can be a part of the outbreak team, which will actually take the virus samples, analyze. You could be working at the frontiers of science, technology, and virology and vaccinology using your knowledge. Now, the 10th one which I have for you is Department of Biotechnology. They fund a lot of organizations such as RGCB Trivandrum, INSTEM Bengaluru, NCBS, IASER, NII's, NBRC Manesar. Now, any of these places you can go as a research physician, research scientist position are always advertised on Meditechnica. Or clinical study coordinator position also you can go. Now, apart from that, DRDO, BIRAC, ICMR, NCDIR, DBT, BioNest project are there, and you can also write your own project and write to the granting bodies such as ICMR, DBT, DST, BIRAC, and get crores in funding and do a research in your own lab in any of these places, right? So as a doctor, you have two choices. Treat one patient at a time or treat patients at scale by solving bigger problems in the society or just staying back relaxed, in your home. I know one thing. When you set out foot to become a doctor, you wanted to solve a problem, you wanted to earn money, you wanted respect, you wanted not just employment, you wanted to create impact. By becoming a part of any of these organizations, you can be that. So comment below in the comment section. Let me know what more you want to know about these organizations, or what are your career aspirations, how you want to create impact, how can Meditechnica help you in that. And we will be right there for you. If you want to write to me, if you want to start a project with these funding bodies, if you want to start your own company, if you want to become a medtech entrepreneur, write to me. My email ID is shekhar@biotechnica.org, and I will be right there. Last week, I met 3 doctors, and now I'm going to convert them into bio entrepreneurs. And the next can be you. So let's come together and build this earning and learning platform called Meditechnica, and we help every doctor become a superstar of tomorrow. All the best.